That bearing does not appear to be seating as I think it should, so I'm going to pull it out. Yep, I can see it needs to be lower in there. It's not going all the way down. Use that small socket, pop it out, see if there's something in the way. Checking the bearing thickness. Yeah, it's the same thickness, seeing if maybe I had a thicker bearing and that's why it wasn't looking right. Okay, that appears to be as seated as far as it will go. Replace those screws. Inch and 1/8 sockets. Placed on the end here. So I can tighten the set screw. There's a good chance that the set screw will strip. This is actually a replacement set screw. I just took a drill bit and drilled out the original set screw and pulled out all the remaining fragments because it stripped as I was trying to take it out. Tighten that down firmly. Now you can replace the brushes. Get the cord wires out of the way. Replace the screws. The housings have little holes in them to go over little pins, so that helps you place the brush housings in the right place. 2 more screws. Replace the variable speed switch if your model has one. Placing these wires back in always gives me trouble. There's little slots for these wires to go through, so make sure they're pressed into those. I press in these 2 wire nut holding things towards the front. And you have the cable connection there. There's a tab in the back of your switch there that should be away from the cable. And the top cover will not allow you to put this switch in backwards anyway. Back to Torx for these top screws. Don't let this video deceive you. Removing this black plastic housing from the rest of the spindle was very difficult the first time. I assumed I missed a screw or something, but I just needed to tap on it more, make sure that part seats in there too. And there you have it. For the cost of bearings, as opposed to going to someone else in a little bit of time, you can replace your own bearings and get rid of crap like that. Hope that helps you.